Alright, what's up guys? So guess what I did today? Just guess, just go for it. No, you didn't get it right. I was actually at the student protests in London today. You know those horribly violent student protests? Well, that's how you would know it if you've heard it through the media. But I think if you were there, you might have found it a little different. Let me show you the footage that I got from today.
Oh wait. I'm doing signs, man. Natalie! I was walking back. You've got to fight. Before you run. That's a you.
One, two, three, four.
Oh shit, I'm gonna have to walk this over here. Johnny, didn't know you spoke Welsh.
I do. Amazing.
We're marching, shit. Yeah, we're marching in London. It's really fun.
We just saw a file.
Ian likes to march. Oh, you fucking hell.
Because we know the banks have been let off scot-free. Instead of punishing students, why not punish the bankers? Instead of more debt for the poor, what about more taxes for the rich?
And then as we were leaving back past the Milbank Tower, this is what we saw.
Oh yeah. So people have been fucking shit up a bit, really. Oh,
They took the table out. Yeah. So I know it's just like an extra job. I think someone did
yeah, it's like the Conservative take all. There's still so many people. Good God, we've been walking back for like...
It must be about how many people
20 foul.
Must be over.
But there's still shit load of people, man. Whoa. Trying to find a subway and we can't. It's ridiculous. Holy fuck.
We want to be on that side of that. Say about 20.
Say 24, because then there's hardly any chance Jake's going to be right.
Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this, look at this. Something big's gone down. They're marching.
They looked really pissed off ago.
Yeah, they did. I reckon something's gone down.
Maybe it's that chair that got thrown through a window.
With a delay, please.
There's police right next to it. There's like 2 riot vans right next to where that
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were. I reckon something.
So I just like to say to BBC, I mean, most of the news sources out there, but in particular BBC, go and f yourself, because you wrote on your page about these riots that these violent demonstrators have overshadowed the whole student protest. And there was, let's say, 200 to 300 people at the Milbank Tower doing something wrong in most people's eyes. And now I don't actually condemn what these people did at all, but I do find it very funny that everyone's like, oh no, now the Tories are going to have to pay thousands of pounds unnecessarily. Bit ironic, don't you think? But yeah, there's 200 to 300 people doing something wrong there, and then there is 50,000 people marching in London. 50,000! How could you possibly compare those two groups to each other? First of all, no one in the student protest was condoning the violence, inspiring the violence. In fact, pretty much the opposite happened. And you say that the violence overshadowed the whole protest. Now, think to yourself here, BBC, why do you think that is? Why do you think that these idiots were able to overshadow the protest? Do you think it's because they actually drew that much attention away from the real issues? Or do you think it was people like yourselves enabling them to do that? Now let's take a hypothetical situation and say that the BBC ran on their homepage a story saying, student protest great success, with small groups of anarchists causing violence. Do you think that what everyone would be talking about is the people rioting? Or do you think what people would be talking about is the 50,000 people, that's 1/5 of the people who marched on Washington in America 40 odd years ago? Do you think that's what they'd be talking about? Because we literally shut down an area of London from the just amount of people that we had. And these idiots shut down one tower. Area of London versus one tower, and yet you're focusing on them that much, which is kind of negating what we as the protesters actually wanted. And now the second group of people on my shit list right now is the police. We walked past the Milbank Tower and watched the people setting things on fire and smashing windows at about 1 o'clock, 1:15. And then we saw the police turn up at 2:30. That's almost an hour and a half of no response from the police. Well, little response, if anything. These anarchists were literally standing around, smashing things through the window without any resistance at all. Even once the police got there in their numbers, they still caused a lot of damage. And I just want to say this, I understand that news sources want to go for controversial subjects. That's how they make their money. That's why newspapers follow after celebrities and try to get scandalous stories, the same that they do with politicians. But from the BBC, a service that we pay for, without any regard for the views that it gets, for what attention it gets, I would really expect them to actually show a balanced view of what happened. But yeah, I just got back from watching the News at 10 report, and as I expected, they haven't included any of what the protesters have said, any of the speech. They didn't including numbers, just said thousands. There was 50,000, unless I haven't said that enough times. And they spent the whole time talking about the rioters. Yeah, the riot which took place in one building. So if any more develops about this story, I will put my reaction or whatever on my second channel. So if you want to hear that, subscribe to that. Link will be in the description. Subscribe to me. And I'm just very disappointed that we gathered 50,000 people and they paid attention to about 200 instead.